In this video, we're going to focus on identifying the local maximum and minimum values of the function. So let's say if we have a generic shape. Here we have a local maximum. And at this point, it's a local minimum. So at these extreme values, you're always going to have a horizontal tangent line. So the derivative is going to equal 0 at that point. So let's say if we have this function f of x and it's equal to x squared minus 4x. In order to identify the location of the local maximum and minimum values, also known as the relative maximum and minimum values, we need to find the first derivative, set it equal to 0, and solve for x. That's going to give us the critical numbers. And then we could use a sign chart to determine if we have a local max or a local min at that particular critical number. So let's go ahead and begin. So let's start with the first derivative. The derivative of x squared is 2x, and the derivative of x is 1. So we have 2x minus 4. Now let's set that equal to 0. So if we add 4 to both sides, 2x will equal 4, and then if we divide by 2, this will give us the first critical number. X is equal to 2, since f prime of 2 is equal to 0. So 2 is the critical number. Now what you want to do at this point is you want to make a number line and place the critical number in the number line. Now I'm going to write the factored form of the first derivative, and that is 2 times x minus 2. So let's say if we were to plug in a number greater than 2, like 3. Will the first derivative be positive or negative? 3 minus 2 is positive 1, so it's going to be positive. If we plug in a number less than 2, like 1, 1 minus 2 is negative. So if the derivative changes from negative to positive, do we have a local max or a local min? When the first derivative is negative, the function is decreasing. When it's positive, it's increasing. So therefore, this is the shape of a local min. So we have a local minimum at x equals 2. Now, to actually find the local minimum value, we need to find the y-coordinate of the function. So let's evaluate f of 2. So that's going to be 2 squared minus 4 times 2. 2 squared is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 minus 8 is negative 4. So the local minimum value is negative 4. If you want to write your answer as an ordered pair, it's going to be 2 comma negative 4. So the local minimum is located at x equals 2, and the minimum value is negative 4. Now let's try another problem. So let's say that f of x is equal to 2x cubed plus 3x squared minus 12x. Go ahead and identify all of the relative extrema in this example. So let's begin by finding the first derivative. The derivative of x cubed is 3x squared, and the derivative of x squared is 2x, and the derivative of x is 1. So this is equal to 6x squared plus 6x minus 12. And we need to set the first derivative equal to 0. Now let's factor. First, let's take out the GCF, which is 6. 6x squared divided by 6 is x squared. 6x divided by 6 is x, or 1x. Negative 12 divided by 6 is negative 2. So now we need to factor this trinomial when the leading coefficient is 1. So we need to find two numbers that multiply to the constant term negative 2, but add to the middle coefficient 1. So this is going to be negative 2 and 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, but negative 2 plus 1 is, and this should be positive 2, negative 1. I take that back, because 2 and negative 1 adds up to positive 1, but 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So when we factor it, it's going to be x plus 2 times x minus 1. Now, we need to set each factor equal to 0. So x plus 2 is equal to 0, and x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we have negative 2 and 1 as the critical numbers of the function. So now at this point, we need to create a number line. So we're going to place negative 2 to the left of 1. And we need to use the factored form of the first derivative to produce the sign chart. So let's pick a number that's greater than 1. Let's try 2. 2 plus 2 is positive. 2 minus 1 is also positive. A positive number times a positive number will give us a positive result. Now there's something that I want you to pay attention to. Notice that the exponents of each factor, also known as the multiplicity, is 1. Whenever the multiplicity is an odd number, the sign will change. If it's even, it will remain the same. So for this particular critical number, we have an odd multiplicity, therefore this should be negative. It's going to change from positive to negative. And for this factor, it's also odd, so it's going to change from negative to positive. And we could test it. So if we plug in a number between negative 2 and 1, like 0, we should get a negative result for the first derivative. 0 plus 2 is positive, 0 minus 1 is negative. A positive number times a negative number will give us a negative result. Now, let's confirm this one as well. So let's try negative 3. Negative 3 plus 2, that's negative 1, and negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. Two negative numbers multiplied to each other will give us a positive result. Now, which critical number is the relative maximum, and which one is the relative minimum? So negative 2, is that a relative max or a relative min? Well, the slope changes from positive to negative, so on the left side of negative 2, the function is increasing, and on the right side, it's decreasing. So that is a relative maximum. So we have a maximum at negative 2. Now for the next one, the slope is negative, so the function is decreasing, and then the slope is positive, now it's increasing. So at 1, we have a relative minimum. Now the last thing that you may need to do is you may need to express your answer as an ordered pair. So let's do that for this example. But you don't always have to do it for these types of problems. It depends on what the problem is asking for. So let's determine y when x is 1. So it's going to be 2 times 1 raised to the third power plus 3 times 1 squared minus 12 times 1. So that's going to be 2 plus 3 minus 12. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 minus 12 is negative 7. So we have the ordered pair 1, negative 7. Now for the second one, let's replace x with negative 2. Negative 2 to the third power is negative 8. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. And negative 12 times negative 2 is 24. Now 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. 3 times 4 is 12. And negative 16 plus 12, that's negative 4. Negative 4 plus 24 is 20. So we have a local max at negative 2 comma 20. And so that's it for this problem. So now you know how to identify the ordered pairs for the local maximum and the local minimum. And we can clearly see that 20 is a lot higher than negative 7. Now let's work on one final problem. So let's say that f of x is 3x to the fourth power minus 16x cubed plus 24x squared. So go ahead and identify the location of any relative extreme values. You don't have to find the y coordinates for this problem, just the x coordinates. So let's start by determining the first derivative. So the derivative of x to the fourth is 4x cubed. And the derivative of x cubed is 3x squared. And the derivative of x squared is 2x. So the first derivative is going to be 3 times 4, which is 12. 16 times 3, that's 48. 24 times 2 is 48. Now let's set the first derivative equal to 0. And now let's take out the GCF. The greatest common factor is going to be 12x. 12x cubed divided by 12x, that's going to be x squared. And negative 48x squared divided by 12x, that's going to be negative 4x. And 48x divided by 12x, that's going to be 4. So now what two numbers multiply to 4 but add to negative 4? So this is going to be negative 2 and negative 2. Negative 2 plus negative 2 is negative 4, but negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. So we have x minus 2 times x minus 2. So we can rewrite this as 12x times x minus 2 squared. Now let's set each factor equal to 0. So if we set 12x equal to 0, and if we divide both sides by 12, x is 0. And if we set x minus 2 squared equal to 0, and take the square root of both sides, we're going to have x minus 2 is equal to, the square root of 0 is 0. And if we add 2, x is 2. So the critical numbers are 0 and 2. So now let's make the sign chart. Let's pick a number that's greater than 2. Let's try 3. 12 times 3 is positive. 3 minus 2 is positive. Now notice that we have an odd multiplicity for 12x, but an even multiplicity for x minus 2. And when it's even, the sign will remain the same. But when it's odd, it's going to change. So it's going to change across 0, but stay the same across 2. Now let's confirm it. So let's pick a number between 0 and 2. Let's try 1. 12 times 1 is positive. 1 minus 2 is negative. But once you square it, it becomes positive. So we get a positive result. Now let's try negative 1. 12 times negative 1 is negative. Negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. But when you square it, it becomes positive 9. So you have a positive number times a negative number, and that will give you a negative result. So now the last thing we need to determine is which one is a maximum and which one is a minimum. Now going from 0 to 2, it's decreasing, then it's increasing. So we have a minimum at 0. Now at 2 it doesn't change sign, so it's neither a minimum or a maximum. So the function is probably increasing and then increasing again. Or it could be increasing this way and then increasing again that way. Either case, none of these represents a minimum or a maximum. So you can have this shape, or you could have that shape. So all we have is a minimum at x equals 0.